Hello, today's video is about why I particularly am finding it extremely hard to take proper care of myself. And I suspect some of you do too. So I've spent my entire adult life from the age of 18 as a wife and a mother. And I've looked after my children, my husband, and looked after my mum when my mum got sick. And I find that incredibly easy to do. I like taking care of other people. But when it comes to taking care of myself, this is where I struggle. I find it incredibly hard to put myself first. And it's why I tend to say yes whenever people ask for my help. And as a result, I end up putting myself into a position where I'm suffering as a result of that help. Now, there are times when that suffering is okay because that person has helped me and therefore they've suffered in their help for me and I am suffering in return helping them. But there is also the times when you're helping someone who, when it comes to you needing help, they're on a train in the opposite direction going as far away from you as possible. And then it doesn't feel quite so fair, shall we say. Now, I have had my dental appointment and I knew that that was going to be somewhat stressful. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was incredibly stressful. I know that I don't take very good care of my teeth. I find it incredibly hard to brush my teeth regularly. The taste, the sensations, like an electric toothbrush I just can't handle anymore. The vibrations going off near my head is just too much and I just want to throw the damn thing out the window. So I do find it incredibly hard to take care of myself. It's not just my teeth, it's my health in general. I will still, no matter how much I say to myself, I'm not going to push myself, I do still push myself. I am currently on day 10. Yeah, day 10 of recovery from a serious fibro flare because I pushed myself too much last week. Last week it wasn't physical work as such, it was driving, but I pushed myself and I can't keep doing that. But I also find it incredibly hard to just rest. I mean, there are times when I'm forced to rest, but I'd rather not get to the stage where my body turns around and says, right, you've done too much, sit the fuck down, you're going to do as you're told, you're not going to like breathe unless I say it's okay. And I struggle with that. I really do struggle with that. I struggle with the whole your body needs to rest thing. It's been a real shock to my system to be diagnosed with fibro. It was a shock to my system to go through menopause and then to be diagnosed with autism and ADHD. And I'm honestly, I'm still struggling with that. I still am struggling with finding balance between the two because they are, with the exception of a few crossovers, they are pretty much complete opposites of each other. My ADHD side wants to do crazy shit and my autistic side just wants to stay indoors and read a book. and it is a constant battle going off in my head every single day, which quite often results in just pure damn procrastination. I literally am paralyzed and I can't do anything, and that is what frustrates me the most, is when I know I've got things I need to do, but I can't, because there's too many different things. So there's say 5 things that are ADHD central and 5 things that are autism central, and because there's too many of them, I can't pick one. And if I do pick one, 9 times out of 10 I can't finish it, because the other side will switch part of the way through the process, will take over and will stop production on that line of thought, process, behaviour, whatever. I also find it incredibly hard to learn new routines, with some exceptions. If I really enjoy what I'm doing, I can get into a routine with that without any issues whatsoever. If I really do not like the thing that I'm doing, then I cannot get into a routine with it. So like brushing my teeth regularly, like putting face cream on regularly, things like that bore the hell out of me. Hate the sensations, hate the textures, hate the noise, hate the smells, and as a result can't do it. So it is a struggle when you, especially when you sort of, you've suddenly been hit with all of these different things at the same time. I mean, it literally felt like I had menopause, I had ADHD, I had autism, I had fibro, bam, 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 all on top of each other, one after the other. And I'm not going to lie, I just wanted to collapse in a heap on the floor and just cry my eyes out and hope that I could hide behind a blanket or something and it would all go away. I'd wake up the next morning and be fine. To realize you've been going through your life masking all of this because you had the ability to do so because of your hormone levels being higher, and to suddenly lose those hormones and have your body change. I know it was a gradual, well, for me it wasn't a gradual change. For me it was all done and dusted within like 18 months. Even the doctors were surprised, but I don't do anything by halves. I mean, literally don't do anything by halves. So it wasn't a surprise to me that it was done and dusted within 18 months, but because of that, it hit me harder. Most people go years through their menopause. Some people 5, 6, 10 years before they're completely out the other side. With me, it was 18 months from start to finish, from the first beginning of perimenopause to the final stage where they said, yep, no, you are now definitely postmenopause, not a problem, and to not have those symptoms anymore of the hot flushes and the night sweats. I don't get those now. I occasionally get overheated, but that's an autism ADHD thing. It's not a menopause thing because I've been tested. The doctors have looked into that and they've said that it's definitely not a menopause thing because it's not a fast onset like hot flushes are. It's a gradual thing. I will gradually get too hot and I will stay too hot for quite a long time, and then I will suddenly be very, very cold. And that's a temperature thing to do with the fibro and the ADHD and the autism. So I've really struggled with that. It hit me so hard. It was very difficult to take it all in, and I'm still struggling with it. And I'm not going to lie, it is really difficult to deal with that. It's really difficult to have. If I just had ADHD or I was just autistic, it wouldn't be too bad. I feel like I could cope with one of them, but with two, it is really bad. It is really hard to deal with. I am glad that I live in my van. I really am glad I live in my van, because I can literally shut that door, put my blinds down, and close the world off, and I don't have to think about anybody outside of the van. I can just think of myself. I can turn my phone off. I can, really, really shut down, and that is really beneficial. But I don't think my journey to the new me is going to be a quick journey. I think it's going to take me a long time to figure out how to balance the two sides of my brain. And I'm assuming there is probably going to be quite a few of you out there who also feel the same way. And I guess we'll help each other. But I just wanted to come on and say that, I am still struggling. I'm not going to lie. I don't want any sympathy. It's not about that. It's just about showing that this is real. This is real life. This is a woman in her 50s who is now having to deal with becoming a whole new person, a whole different person, and having different sides. It's kind of like having multiple personality disorder, I would imagine, where you're not quite sure which personality is going to be with you that day. But with the autism and the ADHD, it's like a roller coaster. It's up and down all day long. You can start with one, go to the next one, go back to the first one, go to the next one, and it's up and down like a bloody roller coaster, and it is really, really hard to cope with. But anywho, because I can't go into huge great detail in all of these videos, because I want to keep them short enough that it doesn't bore the pants off you, I just wanted to have a quick say that my book is now up on Kindle and The Quiet Midlife Reset. So if you would like to grab a copy while it's still $4.99, there is a link in the description below. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.